Sue here again, and it's time for Christmas cards. It's never too early to get started with them, and this one has some lovely textures. So I'm going to show you how we've created this. To show you the die set, it is the illuminated Christmas tree that we've just released, and we're going to be using the Creative Expressions Quilted Flower embossing folder on the background. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the embossing first, so we'll get that started. So I'm going to take a piece of coconut white card and put it into my embossing folder. Just make sure it's nice and lined up because you've got kind of a geometric pattern there. Place that onto your base plate and put your raspberry plate on top, and we'll run it through the grand caliper. Now if you've got other machines that you use, then you'll have to look on the Creative Expressions website to see their sandwich. There. Ooh, look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. So I've got a beautifully embossed background. You can see the detail on that. And I'm just going to go ahead and put this into place so it's ready to go. So I'll use a little bit of Cosmic Shimmer Dries Clear glue on the back, just to get it seated on there. And I've already gone ahead and done a little bit of piercing around the edge and a little bit of a white mat. Okay, so that's ready to go. Now, let me explain to you a little bit about this die set. The bottom part is your tree, and that is just a cut. I mean, it cuts everything you need out of that, but the top part of this is a little bit different. It's not meant to cut, it's meant to emboss. So we're going to show you how that works. So I'm just going to tape it onto a little piece of coconut white card using some removable tape. Okay, and let's get our embossing sandwich. So I want my pink plate with my tan mat. I'm going to pop that right there, and my base plate on top, and we're going to run it through. Now I recommend going all the way through with this rather than running it forward and back, only because sometimes if you re-emboss things like this, you can get a crease in your card, and it tends to go through really nicely with one pass. So let me just pull that off. Get my removable tape out of here, and you can see how you've got a really pretty embossed top to your tree now. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've done one here. I've added just a little bit of mica to it to give it a little bit of a bling, and I've matted it with some white card around it. Now, to make the tree stand out, one of the things as a designer I was really struggling with is I love to add mounting foam to things that I do. So most of the time I'll actually put that into the design where I can have little bits that I can raise it. Now with this one, it is just so delicate and so filigree, there was just no way to do it. But what you can do is you can cut several of these, and this is actually 2 of them glued together. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put a little bit of glue on the 3rd one, and we'll stack them together to get a really pretty dimensional look. So there are ways around not being able to use mounting foam on any of your die cuts. Just little dots of some Cosmic Shimmer glue all around. That should do the trick. There we go. And line it up on top. So I'm going to just lean into the shot a little bit here. Excuse my head in your way, just to make sure we get it nice and straight. There we go. So now you can see I've got a bit of dimension going on that tree, so it's really pretty. So we're going to go ahead and glue it into place. And we'll seat it right where that illuminated part is. Just some taps of glue all around the background here. Since it's a dries clear, you shouldn't have any problem with it showing either. So pretty. Give it a second just to set up nicely. So you've got a really gorgeous focal element there. Now what I want to do to make it really pop off the card is I'm going to highlight it a bit. So I've cut a larger piece of coconut white card. I'm going to go to my double-sided tape here, and I'm going to pull off a large piece, and hold it by the tips, and I'm going to run it down the edge. And I'm just going to lean into the shot a little bit to see if I can get that nice and straight there. Lightly run my finger over that, and I'm going to tape it to the craft mat to hold it into place. Do this side, same thing, line up the tape with the edge of the card, and if you're off a little bit, don't worry about it. You can trim if you need to. Put another one here. And a last one on this side. Nice touch across it just to make sure it makes contact. So now we're going to pick it up off of our craft mat, and we're going to just take those edges off. And I usually will do one way all the way around on one direction. So I'm using the edge of the card to cut against, then I'll flip it over and cut the other ones. I just find this easier. But you can even put it into a paper cutter if you like. Trim it nice and straight. There we go. Okay, so let me get a piece of copy paper under here so we can catch the excess. And I'm using the Cosmic Shimmer Luna Flakes here. This is called, or Mica Flakes. This is called Luna Silver. So I'm just going to pop them into place and just see how pretty they are, and really, really textural, but you can take off the excess. Run your finger across that. Be sure and get all your tape area there. A little more right there. And then take and really burnish it down so it's not going to be falling off of your card, and tap off the extra, because there's no reason to waste it, so you might as well put the leftover bits back into your jar. There we go. Go around the edge and you can kind of give a nice smooth edge to it. See how much extra we have here. We can just pop right back into the jar. There we go. And I'm going to add a little bit of mounting foam to the back of this because I just think it's so pretty the way it layers up on your card and you get a bit of dimension. So that will do that. And let's just use a little piece down here. One in the middle. Okay. We'll go back to our embossed background. And we'll add this piece right in the center of it. There again, I apologize for leaning into it a little bit just to make sure I'm sort of straight there. And the Christmas tree we did earlier, pop that up on a little bit of mounting foam. And I've put this inward a little bit so it doesn't hit the mica flakes, it'll adhere better for you. And then just center that so it comes all the way around the edge and gives you a gorgeous frame. I've tied what I call a messy bow with a couple of pieces of seam binding, stamped and embossed a little sentiment that goes with it, and I've covered it with a clear crystal sparkler. So pretty. So I'm going to use my glue dots and seat that into place. Right down here in the corner, I think that'll be pretty like that. And you can fluff up your bow a little bit. You can add some pearls around the edge, however you like to embellish your cards, but there you have it. Absolutely stunning, and I'm sure anybody that you give this Christmas card to will love to have it. Hope you've really enjoyed today's video. Thanks.